Oh, what up? So I have sort of a remake that I did of beta footage, a beta footage video I made, where I talked about the mini-map and the motion tracker and how to use it and what to look for. And I think I'm going to remake that explanation since we're now live, make sort of an official video for it. And also I'm going to show off the Invective shotgun, the exotic shotgun that you can require with the dubious task bounty. It's an absolute beast of a shotgun. Basically, it's fully auto, so it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger. With the stability upgrade, it's insanely accurate. The impact and range are pretty decent on it as well. And it just looks freaking cool. So, on this map, a lot of times what I like to do is sprint straight to B, bust out the shotgun, and start popping shots and just wait for people to come around the corner. And I'm going to do that. I do that in the first leg of this video here until I get shut down. Because a very clever warlock exposed a weakness, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, right now, I go to B, and if you look up in the top left corner, that's the mini-map motion tracker. And I notice that not enough people use it as much as they should. Because it really, look at how fast that fires. It really is crucial to the Crucible to use the motion tracker. Right now, I can see that they're all on the other side of that wall. If you see all the red blips going crazy, basically, like, their team is just coming in waves on that side, and I can see that. And as soon as I see motion on this side, I go right to it. Now, take a look at the center of the mini-map. You'll notice that the little triangle that represents me is slowly blinking. That is what I look like on the enemy mini-map. So, the red you see right now, if that were me, then that red would be blinking. It would be disappearing for like a second and a half and then coming back for another half second and then going away, or whatever the time measurement is. And that's insanely helpful when you're trying to avoid, that was a grenade thrower, insanely helpful when you're trying to throw off the enemy, avoid detection as best you can, make them think, you know, how far away is he, how close is he. If you're sprinting up on somebody who's blinking on the mini-map, it's going to be so much harder to gauge how close you are to them. I can't tell you how many times I've been crouched around a corner and someone comes sprinting in the room because they have no clue that I'm right around the door, and I pop them with the shotgun. Had they been maybe moving a little slower and gauging where I was, they would have figured out that I was right behind the door. So it's little things like that that crouching allows. Some people think that crouching just takes you off entirely. Now what he just did right there, the blink jump, that is the weakness in this room. That is something that can be exposed very quickly, especially when you go right up on this railing here, which I like to do because you can shoot right through the bars. Now, look at the enemy red right there. You see how it's a really flush red, it's very full red. That means he's right on my level. As you can see there, he was right on my level. When it's a more washed out sort of, not as full red, we'll say, for lack of intelligent words, then that means that they're not on your level. They're either above or below you, but they're still in the same direction that you see them coming from. So it's not really a point of concern when it's a little washed out. As soon as it becomes that flush red, that's when you need to pay attention. Now, the other thing worth noting is, until somebody is right on top of me, until I see that red flashing right on top of my character, or right here when I know that he's right outside that door, I'm just looking at the mini-map the entire time. My eyes are glued to that mini-map, and I'm looking at nothing else while I'm waiting in this room. When I know that they're close by, like this guy, I know he's down those stairs because it's not the flush red, it's the washed out red. And I know he's coming from that direction, so he has to be down the stairs. That's when I pay attention. That's when I start looking at the crosshairs and waiting for him to get my sights. But right now, I'm staring at the mini-map. I'm looking at nothing but the mini-map, and I'm using my peripheral vision to navigate the room and sort of move back and forth and get a feel for where they're coming from. But until the enemy is right on top of me, or right outside the door, or right around the corner, my eyes are glued to that mini-map, and that's exactly what your eyes should be doing in situations like this. And in most situations in the Crucible, you should get very used to keeping your eyes on the motion tracker and sprinting around the map, using your peripheral to navigate doorways as best you can. You know, glancing here and there when needed, and checking sight lines, but constant checking of the motion tracker is absolutely vital. And I get kind of ballsy here and take this guy out. Now coming up is this warlock who exposes this weakness, and this is what you got to be careful for, because the motion tracker reads that he's running up on me, but then he jumps and teleports behind me, and it happens so fast that it doesn't pick up on the motion tracker. You'll see it here, and that's another reason why maybe you shouldn't spend so much time up on the railing. Maybe sit further back in this room and just let them come around the corner. See, he jumps up, teleports behind me, and then boom, done. No, that's it. And that's a really easy way to expose that weakness. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope the talking about the motion tracker helps, and please subscribe for more regular content. Thanks, guys.